Rain hammered the streets of Malmö. The night officer Elias Lund realized the famous philanthropist everyone adored might actually be a killer. The call came in at 2:13 a.m. A teenage courier had been found unconscious behind a nightclub near the Harbor District. No wallet, no phone, needle marks on his arm. The first responders assumed overdose. Routine. Another lost kid swallowed by the city's nightlife. But Elias noticed something strange. The boy kept whispering one name before slipping back into unconsciousness. Victor. Not help, not doctor. Just Victor. And in Malmö, everybody knew Victor Vane. Victor Vane wasn't just an influencer. He was untouchable. Millions of followers. Luxury cars, charity galas, viral motivational videos about escaping poverty. He fed homeless people on live streams, donated to youth shelters, and walked with politicians at public events. To the city, he was proof that reinvention was possible. To Elias, he was a man who smiled too easily. 3 days after the overdose, the teenager disappeared from the hospital. No discharge papers, no CCTV footage leaving the building. Just gone. That was when Elias stopped treating the case like narcotics and started treating it like a cover-up. His captain warned him immediately, "Don't go after celebrities unless you're ready to lose your badge." But Elias couldn't shake the feeling. Every thread somehow led back to Victor Vane. The nightclub where the boy was found, owned by one of Victor's shell companies, the ambulance camera that malfunctioned during transport, serviced by a contractor tied to Victor's security firm. Even the missing phone records from the teenager's device had been remotely wiped within minutes of police intake. Someone powerful was cleaning the trail in real time. Elias started digging quietly. No official task force, no paperwork trail. Just him, sleepless nights, and an old laptop in his apartment overlooking the freezing Baltic waterfront. The deeper he went, the uglier it became. Victor's rise to fame had happened unnaturally fast. 5 years earlier, he'd been a failed fitness trainer drowning in debt. Then suddenly came the mansions, private jets, luxury watches, and endless influence campaigns. Officially, his money came from brand consulting. Unofficially, nobody knew. Then Elias found the first crack. A dead journalist, not literally connected at first. The woman, Sophia Henriksen, had supposedly died in a car accident 2 years earlier after publishing a short article questioning Victor's charity finances. Her death had been ruled accidental, but Elias reviewed the original photos from the crash scene. Brake lines cut cleanly, not damaged. Cut. The file had been buried. Someone inside the department helped bury it. That realization hit Elias harder than anything else. This wasn't one corrupt celebrity. This was a network, and the network reached into law enforcement. The next morning, Elias returned to the station and noticed conversations stopping when he walked past. Officers avoiding eye contact. One detective quietly removed files from a desk the second Elias entered the room. He was being watched now. That night, someone broke into his apartment. Nothing stolen, nothing damaged, except one thing. On his kitchen counter sat a photograph of Elias's younger sister, leaving her university campus in Copenhagen. A message without words. Back off. Most people would have stopped there. Elias almost did, but 2 days later, the missing teenager's body surfaced in the Öresund Strait, weighted down with chains. Official cause of death, drowning. Unofficial truth, his wrists were bruised from restraints. Elias attended the morgue examination alone. Nobody else from homicide even showed up. That was when the medical examiner slipped him a folded note without speaking. Check warehouse 18. No signature, no explanation. Just that. Warehouse 18 sat near Malmö's industrial shipping district, abandoned for years according to city records. Elias entered after midnight carrying only a flashlight and a concealed body camera. Inside, he found rows of servers humming behind false walls, crypto mining rigs, stacks of burner phones, passports, vacuum-sealed narcotics, and photographs. Hundreds of photographs. Teenagers, runaways, influencer recruits, party guests, some smiling, some terrified. Then Elias heard footsteps upstairs. He killed his flashlight instantly. Voices echoed through the metal rafters. One of them belonged to Victor. Calm, charismatic, almost cheerful. "The police won't touch us," Victor laughed. People believe what they see online. Elias stayed frozen in darkness, while Victor continued speaking with another man about moving money through fake charities and blackmailing politicians using hidden camera footage from private parties. Then came the twist Elias never expected. The second voice belonged to Deputy Police Commissioner Anders Hallberg, a decorated officer, Elias's mentor, the man who trained him. For several seconds, Elias genuinely couldn't breathe. Everything suddenly made sense. The buried files, the erased evidence, the disappearing witnesses. The corruption wasn't protecting Victor. Victor was financing the corruption. Elias recorded everything. But as he backed toward the exit, his foot struck loose metal. The sound exploded through the warehouse. Silence. Then Victor's voice. "Someone's here!" Elias ran. Men chased him through the maze of shipping containers while freezing rain slammed against the harbor. A bullet shattered glass beside his head. Another tore through his shoulder. He barely escaped by diving between moving freight cars near the rail line. Bleeding heavily, he made it to a safe contact. Investigative reporter Amelie Roos, one of the few journalists in Sweden who still openly questioned Victor's empire. When Elias showed her the footage, she went pale. "This brings down half the city," she whispered. By sunrise, they uploaded copies of the recordings to multiple encrypted servers in case either of them disappeared. Good thing they did, because 12 hours later, Elias was arrested. Charges, evidence tampering, unlawful surveillance, narcotics possession. Classic setup. News channels exploded with headlines portraying him as a rogue cop obsessed with destroying a beloved public figure. Social media turned vicious overnight. Victor posted a tearful video denying everything. Millions believed him. Elias sat in a holding cell realizing the terrifying truth about modern power. You don't need innocence when you control the narrative. Then the leaks began. Amelie released the warehouse footage piece by piece online. The public first saw Victor discussing money laundering, then the hidden files, then Commissioner Hallberg accepting payments, and finally the most devastating clip of all, Victor ordering the disposal of the teenage witness. The city erupted. Protests filled Malmö's central squares.
Police raids hit properties across Sweden and Denmark. Politicians resigned. Officers vanished before warrants could reach them. Victor tried to flee by private yacht across the Baltic Sea. He never made it far. Authorities intercepted the vessel near the southern coast at dawn. The live-stream king, who once controlled millions of people with a smile, was dragged off the deck in handcuffs, while cameras flashed from every direction. But the ending wasn't triumphant. Not really, because during the investigations, police uncovered over 20 unsolved disappearances linked to Victor's parties and business operations. Some victims were never found. Months later, Elias returned to duty quietly. No speeches, no medals, just scars, insomnia, and the weight of knowing how close evil had come to wear in the face of inspiration. And in Malmö, people still talk about the final thing Victor said during interrogation. He leaned toward detectives, smiled faintly, and asked, "Did they hate me before the truth or only after?" If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next gripping true crime investigation. What do you think? Did Officer Elias Lund make the right decision by risking everything to expose a conspiracy, or would you have handled it differently? Share your thoughts in the comment below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more shocking true crime stories.